Alright guys, welcome back to What If Vegeta Never Turned Good. I'm enjoying this series. Series isn't doing too well, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and share with all your friends. So that being said, let's get to it. We cut to a few months after Vegeta finished his training with Beerus. He has unlocked God Ki and infused it with his Majin Buu powers, making Vegeta quite the foe, making him very strong and powerful. As he went back, he would begin to train with his son, as Broly would watch him, and Paragus would watch him too. Paragus couldn't believe how strong Vegeta was, but that wouldn't deter him. In fact, he needed to get rid of him. He needed to defeat Vegeta no matter what, and his son had godlike potential. He could feel it, and he could feel like he could defeat him. But Paragus wanted to do more than that. He wanted to humiliate Vegeta. He wanted to make him lose everything. And there was one thing he cared about, his son. That's where he had an idea. As Vegeta was training with Trunks, he looked at Broly and said, "Come here and show me what you got." Broly walked in and said, "Yes, sir," as they started to fight. At first, Vegeta started to completely outclass Broly, but he got stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger as he pushed him to Super Saiyan. This shocked Vegeta. He can't believe he pushed him all the way this far. And he hasn't even achieved Super Saiyan. This was amazing. Part of Vegeta was mad, and even thought about getting rid of him for staging him up like this. However, Vegeta knew better, and he knew that a powerful warrior could be an asset to the team. However, he is dangerous, so he needs to keep a good eye on him. As he pushed him to Super Saiyan 3, eventually Vegeta would say, "That's enough. Take care of him, Paragus." As Paragus would shock Broly, Vegeta would go back to his room and begin to think. And as he thought, Paragus looked down at Broly and began to smirk. He had his idea, and he knew how to get rid of him once and for all. He knew how to defeat Vegeta. He knew how to humiliate him. As Paragus then walked out with Trunks, he began to talk to him. As Paragus talked to Trunks, he would tell him that he is happy to serve under him, and he's happy that he saved him. Paragus was Trunks' yes man. He said yes to whatever Trunks wanted, and pretended to have a greedy smile. And since Trunks was pampered and just trained his whole life, he didn't see the difference. However, he did like Paragus. Paragus was fun. He played with him, he gave him gifts, and he had his son, who was quite fun to play with, even more than Paragus. Trunks did quite like him, and was actually starting to trust him, just as Paragus planned. He needed him to trust him for this plan to work. He thought about turning Trunks against Vegeta, but he couldn't do it. He could tell that he loved his father more than anything, and that he couldn't just turn him against him, so he had something even better. As Paragus was walking with Trunks, he said, "I've been asking around, and I'm scared there's a plot against your life." Trunks would look and say, "Why is that?" "Your father has lots and lots of enemies, and if you died, that would hurt him more than anything. So they would kill you to get to him." And Trunks would look at him and say, "That makes sense. But I'm stronger than anyone, except for my dad. I can defeat them." "Yeah, but if they sneak up on you while you sleep, they can easily defeat you. And since they're weak and have weak power levels, you won't even be able to sense them. Why not have me protect you?" Trunks looked at him. And at first he thought this was a terrible idea. His pride would not allow it. But if you're able to kill someone while they sleep, you have no honor. And that's not fair. That's not a fight. So Trunks would agree to have Paragus protect him, and have him watch him in his room. This is all Paragus needed. Now he can kill Trunks anytime he wanted while he slept. But as soon as he did that, Vegeta would be against him. So he had to plan things perfectly. So things were going into motion. As Paragus wanted Broly to get strong, he walked up to Majin Buu, who's been training quite a bit. And he was thin-ish. He wasn't super thin, since he still ate, and Vegeta didn't train with him as much, but he wasn't super fat either. As Paragus looked up at Majin Buu, he said, "Excuse me, can you train with my son?" Majin Buu said, "Sure, training is fun." As Majin Buu and Broly began to battle, but this time, he wouldn't stop him. Majin Buu can regenerate, so he wasn't worried about killing him and getting Vegeta mad. And if he gets too powerful, it would just shock him. But he wants him to get stronger. He wants him to become more powerful. And he wants him to get used to this beast-like form. So He doesn't shock him. He lets him go onward, attacking Buu more and more ferociously. And as they fight, Broly gets stronger and stronger and stronger until he eventually surpasses Majin Buu. As Broly's power kept growing and 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 growing, he kept destroying Majin Buu over and over and over and over just to watch him regenerate, just to watch him suffer. As Beerus began to enjoy this, he heard legends about Majin Buu before. He was a beast of nature, a man who destroyed planets, but Broly's stronger than him. Broly can torture him. Broly can make him feel pain. But sadly, he couldn't keep this going, as he would shock Broly and say, "Thank you, Majin Buu." Buu would say, "No problem," as Beerus brought Broly back, as he thought it was finally time to put his plan into motion. As this was going on, we cut to Vegeta, who be training on Beerus' planet, trying to unlock Ultra Ego, as he got the blue form and God form. As he kept training, Beerus would look at him and say, "You know, Vegeta, I wasn't gonna say anything, but I did notice something strange going on in your empire. All I'm gonna say is you should look closely. I shouldn't get involved in mortals' affairs, but I like you, so I'm giving you that warning." Vegeta would say, "Look closely, what does that mean?" Beerus would look and say, "Sorry, I can't tell you." Vegeta would then sigh as he began to think more and more. Look closely. Look closely. As the training continued, that phrase kept going on in Vegeta's head. As eventually he went to sleep that night, he would wake up and think more and more. As he then began to think about Beerus, Vegeta was trying to figure out what that meant. As he went, he told Trunks about the warning. He said, "I'll keep an eye on things." And as Beerus heard this, he had to act now. He knew that his plan was going to be jeopardized. So the next day, as Beerus was watching over Trunks, he would pull out a blaster. And right before he fired into Trunks' head, Vegeta appeared in front of him, catching it. "I had cameras put in here that you could see, and I looked into it, and I found out my father exiled you, and your stories were lies, so you were here for revenge. Too bad I was too smart for you." But then Beerus began to laugh. "I always have a backup plan." As suddenly he put the blaster straight to his head and said, "Broly, they're attacking me!" As then he killed himself. As Broly came in, he saw Beerus' dead corpse. As he began to scream in anger, scream in pain. As suddenly he transformed, his hair turning green. He would punch Vegeta, send him flying out the wall. As Trunks got ready to fight, Vegeta would say, "Go." "What? But go! This is my battle." As Vegeta and Majin Buu would start to fight Broly would slowly overwhelm Vegeta in power and strength. He's never felt this way before. Sure, he fought Beerus, but Beerus held back, and Beerus gave him respect. And Broly just overpowered him. Broly wanted to kill him. He would completely destroy Vegeta, as Vegeta would regenerate thanks to his Majin powers. He hasn't felt this outclassed since he fought Kakarot. It reminded him of him. But he wasn't going to end this way. He wasn't going to lose. He can't lose. He fought with Majin Buu. He used technique after technique, but nothing worked. Suddenly, Trunks would fly in with Super Saiyan 3 and hit Broly with a big bang attack. Broly looked in and Vegeta said, "I thought I told you to leave." Trunks said, "I would never run away from a fight." As suddenly, Broly would hit Trunks, paralyzing him. As he fell to the floor, he looked dead. As Vegeta would yell, "Not my baby boy!" As for a split second, Vegeta managed to tap into Ultra Ego as he appeared straight in front of Broly and said, "Hakai!" As it hit Broly, it erased him from existence. Vegeta fell down to the floor as he looked over at Trunks and actually cried. This was the first time he cried in his entire life since he became a Super Saiyan. His baby boy. He was dead. He held him in his arms, but he felt a heartbeat. As in, Whis and Beerus showed up. "I didn't know you were capable of trying, Vegeta." That was the anger of a destroyer. "Now, heal him." As suddenly Whis would heal Kid Trunks, as Trunks would hug Vegeta and Vegeta would hug him back. "I'm glad you're okay, Trunks." As then we cut to Goten Black. Goten has been in the time chamber, training and growing up. You see, with the help of King Kai, since Vegeta didn't wipe out all of the Earthlings, he wiped out quite a bit, but there was some left. They were able to rebuild and get a new Guardian of Earth and get the time chamber back on. Since King Kai was talking to Goten's been training for one purpose: revenge.
He wants to kill Vegeta, and he wants to get rid of him, and he wants to avenge everyone. Trunks let him live. He broke his arm and left him alone, and he would get his revenge no matter what it took. As Goten Black began to laugh, someone would give him a new invention, a ring that would allow him to travel throughout the universe like a teleporter. It locks onto high keys and travels there. And Matt's going to leave things off. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you think of this video so far down below. Instead of Goku Black, we're going to have Goten out for revenge to change things up a bit, like a Terminator. I don't know. Hope you enjoy that concept. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and please share with your friends. Peace out.